Welcome to the sweet sensation that can't speak properly because they didn't freaking learn English clearly. Um,
Calm down there, Churchill.
Yep.
I was gonna say sweet sensation that's been sweeping my room because I'm at home, but
That sounds so clunky.
we're not. I'm not. No one needs to be professional yet. I'm not getting paid for this. I can't pay anyone for this. My editor.
Hell yeah.
This is the niche. First one that's going to be featuring these cool and awesome and totally handmade portraits of selves. Except everyone's on a TV screen because
Sweet.
it's 2020. We know what's going on right now. Perfect time to start a company called Trouble Crown. Really, at least start building out the foundations. I picked the perfect year. I said that like I'm being sarcastic. I think I was actually meant to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Totally meant to be.
My God. It was meant to be.
So, typically for the niche, this would be a show consisting of geek talk, topics, and so on and so forth, usually a focus topic. But considering COVID and all the cancellation and such, all the news stirring around on this and that, it's a crazy, crazy world right now. I thought people could use just some lighthearted talking together of things we've been doing to pass the time in our homes and staying safe, staying healthy, and all that. So, catching up, talking about if we caught anything geeky, talk about something geek's supposed to be. I got plenty of geeky
Yes.
stuff because I was just binge watching all night last night. I think most people have, though. I'm not special.
I know, I have been not exactly binge watching, but binge reading a whole lot of different books.
Oh, nice.
Hooray for reading. I finally caught up on like almost every single book I have. The only things I haven't finished are Shang Tzu's The Art of War and the Hyrule Compendium. Two very different contextual books.
I'm not gonna lie, being in quarantine has made me want to read more and more, and I don't think this would have ever happened had quarantine not happened.
Honestly, move.
Like legit, I've read maybe 6 books this year.
I know being in quarantine hasn't really changed my life at all.
It's always good to hear everyone in their educational. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Except don't right now.
Don't stay.
learn investing, but I'm not exactly doing my best.
You know what else this has been good on? So like, my family, we have Disney Plus through one of my relatives.
Hey.
I've been using that to catch up with like Star Wars. So I finally watched episode 9.
Nice.
By God, I wasted 2.5 hours of my life. That was horrible.
Oh God,
Oh.
dude, that's brutal.
Dude, episode 9 was horrible. No, like, here's the real kicker with that. I told my friends back on Long Island.
What type of Star Wars, though? Is it the Clone Wars or what?
This is like main series. This is episode 9.
This was like the last. This was the last Skywalker. I forget the title, right?
Here's the thing. I made a point to my friends that I'm not willing to go see this. I refuse to give Disney my money for this. And I never saw it in theaters. Now that I had Disney Plus, I decided, you know what? Let's just watch it for the hell of it.
Take it off your bucket list.
Oh my God. How the hell did they mess this up that badly?
Oh, the newer Star Wars?
I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, that was disappointing in so many ways. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but I would definitely say it's disappointing.
That's one way to put it. Oh,
You know what the first step to Star Wars fixing itself would be?
I've thought about this. Bring back the Old Republic and have Keanu Reeves doing Revan.
Granted, that is also a good idea. I was gonna say grab all the Skywalker stuff and throw it off the table. I'm sick of these guys.
I'd be okay with that. I would totally be okay.
I've gotten so bored and tired of Skywalkers just popping up.
It was.
Yeah.
This is still something that can have spoilers, by the way. Just warning. Probably should have said that first. And you never know what we're gonna spoil.
Yeah, let's spoil something that's already existed for like 3 years.
True. I'm going to be talking about like Umbrella Academy and their latest season, so I'm not going to try and spoil.
I was supposed to stop
my
you every
gosh.
time you brought up.
No, not every. So hold up. I did
Yeah.
not say stop me every single time. I said if I talk too much about it.
Stop.
Ah, is that what you meant?
Ugh.
I thought you just wanted me to stop you every time you talked about Umbrella Academy.
I need to watch the second season still. Ah, it's on my list.
Now you're talking about it too much.
I just need to watch Umbrella Academy. Sounds like it's a good one.
Oh yeah.
So good. So good.
Okay, I'm out of loop on this one. What is Umbrella Academy? Like, I know it's something related to Resident Evil, but is it like a thing on Netflix?
Before I get to that, first off, thing I want to say, as opposed to the first niche that was on Sonic the Hedgehog, so we kept our language a little more proper because it was a certain age range that plays that game. It's kind of all over the place. We're not going to worry too much about age restrictions, so cuss if you like.
COVID-19.
Boom. Mic drop.
I mean, fair.
Let's go.
But on top of that, if you want to ask me, everyone that's making an ass of themselves during
Yeah.
COVID-19.
Agreed.
Yeah. We're all in agreement. Ah, what nice. So nice.
I don't want to get on too much of a tangent. I'm going to say
No.
the same things everyone's been saying. Wear your mask, be clean, just wash your freaking hands. I know a lot of people still don't do that because they think that the world doesn't have a care in the world for them being clean. You know, restaurants have a legal right to refuse you service if you do not follow their rules. So bite me.
Boom.
How bad is it out by you guys? Because along the East Coast where I am, it's slowly gotten better, but I don't know what it's like
Well,
out where you guys
it never it was kind of stagnant as I was going around. Like some places had like high rises of people being horrible to, essential workers and everything. Sometimes it was really good. When I was still working, there were some days where like stressed as hell because there was a lot of people coming in complaining about work regulation. It was Walmart, so we didn't have any like backup for us. We were a small town Walmart, and everyone was coming in from out of town, some people from out of state to get stuff.
Why?
Wait, really?
Why?
Damn.
Yeah, there was a dude who came all the way from Ohio.
God.
Oh God, I would just go cry in a corner.
Oh my god. People.
Nah, that ain't right. Out of here with that.
Between the day-to-day stress of that and some home stress, because I'm an introvert. I handle isolation pretty well. This would be kind of my nirvana. Between all that stress, I had saved up enough money where I can gamble on at least trying to really make a foundation of my art and my media presence and getting back to more about game design, animation, such. That stuff that I didn't have time for in school or didn't have the money for. So now I'm putting my focus on that, and I quit.
Nice.
Good for you. So proud.
Speaking back on interesting things, since I brought it up and you asked, I didn't answer your question. So the Umbrella Academy, do you remember Gerard Way?
Not in the slightest.
Do you remember My Chemical Romance?
Yes.
Okay, so Gerard Way is the singer of front singer of My Chemical Romance, and he's also a comic book writer now.
Okay.
And the Umbrella Academy is his original series that follows a family of 7 adopted superhero children who are the definition of train wrecks.
Hey.
Does one of them have the ability to turn into a train?
No.
That is a missed opportunity.
Just maybe.
Comic-wise, possibly if there's like a train demon, but I haven't read all the comics. I've just heard things here and there. But what I was binge watching was season 2 of the live-action Netflix version.
Oh, okay. I guess I haven't paid much attention to it because the big musical thing that's going on for me is that I was supposed to go to Germany for a festival in about today, essentially.
So sorry.
And fucking thanks COVID had to take that shit from me.
Oh.
I mean, luckily the organizers.
My brother went through pretty much the same thing too with the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, that got messed up for so many people.
Yeah.
Did they at least give you an option to like exchange your ticket for next year?
I don't think so. I think they had the Knights or something do like escort day for showing people how the Knights do their day and how they take care of the animals and stuff.
Oh, okay. Because the festival I was going to, they actually just wrapped it up earlier. They live streamed for 4 days a bunch of performances, new and old. And they just announced earlier today, like, the first 10 bands for next year, because I exchanged my ticket. They were happy enough to do that.
Oh,
But it's still, like, annoying to think that you put in so much and then COVID decides to say, no happiness for you.
Yeah.
For real. Aww.
blame the beachgoers and the water park goers and
Ah!
people who think kids aren't the biggest germ spreaders on the planet.
What's going on with Florida?
Florida's just like dying right now, and then like the hurricanes hitting them now.
Texas
so
too.
Florida's just getting hammered right now.
Texas too is also suffering.
We are gonna get so many comments from old people.
Now hold up there. Shush.
The population of Florida has entered the chat.
You damn liberal scum!
Shush, shush, shush. Youngins with your protests.
Thinking you're so big and great because you went to college and now you're on the wire tubs.
Dang right.
I'll admit I'm being a little bit of a dick.
It's okay.
I think we're all obligated to be dicks at some point in our lives.
Oh yeah, especially now. Come on, let's be real. Right now is the best time.
Yeah. Because no one can get out of their house because they're too scared of COVID.
Come fight me. Oh wait, you can't.
You're also not supposed to go out. Not too much, anyways.
Technically, you can. Apparently,
Yeah.
you can because restrictions were lifted, but people aren't listening to said restrictions still in place, which is what's irritating.
True.
No one was listening to them in the first place.
They kind of were. We were doing good in Illinois, and now suddenly people aren't listening, and it's just like, well,
I started my job about the same time COVID came around.
I don't know how you manage.
And I
Mandatory employees have it the worst.
Oh yeah.
do want this to still be good vibes, but I feel like morally obligated to say there has been because you'll people will notice from like the portrait of my character. I think I got animated into a VTuber, but I am of mixed race, and I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a lot of tension going to work over the past couple of months. Also,
Oof.
Yeah.
especially because as soon as protesters started going out talking about George Floyd and everything, so did all the people who had a Confederate flag on their truck. And I'm all for free. I'm not going to stop you from having it, but you
Mhm.
also have to understand if you're going to wave that around, there's a group of people who are going to have sweat beads drop when they see you.
Yeah.
Anyways, tense stuff aside though, I'm a politically neutral person. How do I put I look more towards my own benefit and the benefit of the people I care about whenever it comes to speaking freely and practicing my rights, getting anywhere near anything that can be political. And I struggle to say this, and because I do still want this to be mainly focused on just geeking out and giving people something to chill out about. But again, I feel a moral obligation to say there's no situation that can frame going up to a bunch of protesters whose greatest weapon is a brick with an army. There's a law for proportional response. It baffles me that people are being demonized. Okay, cheering up, cheery time. Sorry.
It's okay.
I've been reading this book called okay, it's super long, so if I get it wrong, I apologize, but
That's a weird title for a book.
no. It's
You know, I
called
could always see that being a title for a book too. I bet you
it,
if we look it up, we'll find
guys,
Sorry.
the book is called "It's Not Easy Being a Man After Traveling to the Future," and it's like super cool. It's like in this futuristic mecha type thing, and it's super cool right now, and I have like so many chapters to catch up on. I'm also reading Supreme Magnus, which is also
I've been catching up on my web comic. I have been The Room of Swords and this fun little comic called Art.
Irma is also a good one.
Yeah, I need to get back.
Thank you guys for bringing up comics. That just reminded me, I have to catch up on the Amory Wars.
On what?
The Amory Wars is a comic book series written by Claudio Sanchez, the frontman of Coheed and Cambria. And if you know me in real life, I'm a massive fan of Coheed and Cambria. I've seen those guys twice. And I've got both complete volumes of their first two albums, but they just did the comics for their third album. And I still have yet to catch up on it. And I totally forgot about it until now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good job, guys.
No problem.
We should start a book club.
Webtoons. I've started reading webtoons finally. I got so many ads for it, I kind of caved. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll check them out. Okay, stop pestering me. So I finally caved in and.
Have you read Lore of Olympus?
No, I avoid that one. I've gotten so annoyed by I've gotten so annoyed by all the ads. I'm just like, it's not my cup of tea.
Oh, okay.
I checked out the first couple chapters, and I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those that you either like it or you don't.
Yeah, I've been reading Midnight Poppyland, and it's pretty cute actually. I still have a long way to go, but I like where it's going.
I'm still waiting for Raku Guy to make another comic of what was it called? Yeah, I got my phone here.
What was it called?
I forget, but okay. So the comic is Monsters Can Be Heroes too, and it follows a kobold trying to an adventure.
Oh,
It's adorable as hell.
It really is.
And it's from the same guy that made all those those like Aurelie Gardevoir comics and everything. The dude with the sock cap.
Oh.
Okay, at least someone kind of knows what I'm talking about.
Do you mean Double D?
Damn. I assumed it now.
Guilty as charged.
I honestly thought, like, is someone actually get that name for an artist name? But like, no. Wait a freaking minute.
Completely off topic. Has anybody heard of the new series that is kind of a continuation of Inuyasha, but is not a continuation of Inuyasha type deal?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm super excited about it. There's a whole new thing.
Oh, so I was back when they were doing the Toonami clips from the virtual Adult Swim con. There's an anime that they're working on. I believe it was called Penna the Pirate Princess or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. I gotta look it up. But I am really hyped for that because it has pirates and ninjas and blood. I mean, yeah, that's already enough to get me geeking out.
Like the works.
The animation and the colors just look really cool and such. So I'm hyped to see it. And it's got a badass female lead that supposedly, so that'll be fun.
Did Jenny Tarnowski's Primal come out yet?
Yeah, it's been out.
Okay. The second you started talking about that, the first thing that came into my mind was Primal. And I know that I haven't started watching that just yet. I've been wanting to for a while.
It's pretty good, but I'm gonna warn you. It goes very much for the show don't tell. So if you space out from the sound of environment and grunts, if you couldn't handle playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, you probably ain't going to like it,
Okay,
so to speak.
I've never played Breath of the Wild. I actually haven't played any Legend of Zelda game.
You're dead to me.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait. What does that mean about me?
Probably dead to him too.
I'll infect you eventually.
Okay. Is that your plans then? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use mushroom spores. She's gonna be my parasect.
Yeah, I've never played a Legend of Zelda game in my life. I've been wanting to play Majora's Mask for years.
See, I wish I could figure out how to get my hands on it. I know I had it.
And like I can find emulators. I just don't have like the systems to do it on, I guess, or something.
Yeah, I get you.
And so, I mean, at some point, I hope that I'm gonna play Majora's Mask, or at least like A Link to the Past, maybe.
Speaking of games, there's been plenty of cool releases lately. I am holding off because I want to stream Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I also want to stream Persona 5 Royal, just to help people get to know me. I think it'd both be really good. I also want to, I finally got them both downloaded just this week. So all I need to do is figure out how to stream off of my PlayStation. And PS4 was releasing stuff. I really want the next Ratchet and Clank.
There's a whole bunch of new game systems I heard about from my brother.
Oh yeah, they're going to be releasing them.
And one of the games that comes out is, if anyone has heard about Reckoning, Kingdoms of Amalur, they're doing a re-reckoning of it and having it be for PlayStation 3 and Xbox One.
PlayStation 5.
Or was it PlayStation 5? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. But my brother told me about it, and I am buying it here so I can play it. So I'm kind of excited about that because that's the only game I have beat without any of my brother's help or anything like that. And I actually enjoyed every single minute that I played it. So it's a different... It's like my beginner type game other than Harvest Moon, but So I'm like super excited.
Speaking of 5, why is Horizon Zero Dawn not being like the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn isn't going to be on 4? Why?
Do not know.
Why must Sony do this to me? Because like I legitimately enjoyed Horizon, and the fact that it's only being released on 5, like the sequel, pisses me off. Because the sole reason I bought a PlayStation 4 was just so I could have Kingdom Hearts 3, and oh god, that was a letdown, and I'll get to that later. But like, I got Horizon for this just because I tried it at my friend's house and I loved it, and now I don't want to buy another system just for another game because that seems ridiculous to me.
It is.
I think they were adding mechanics to the games that would work a lot better on 5, but I know that's why they were saving work, because they got a very real time change the levels with the whole rift jumping and everything.
I don't know. I still feel like it's possible to get it on PS4. That's just me.
Well, you're voicing your concerns.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they'll do because they're mainly advertising it for PS5, but there's no guarantee it won't be. I don't. Depends on what the contracts are.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 3, oh my god, why? No, why? Okay, so I am a massive Kingdom Hearts fan. That literally defined my childhood. And my brother and I would wake up and play that game all throughout the summer sometimes. Hell, I remember I got to stay home from school because of a snow delay, and I asked my mom, could I please play the game while I'm waiting for the bus, and she had no issue with it. And eventually the day got canceled, and I got up to the boss fight against Zigbar in KH2, and right as I beat him, the game freezes on me.
Ow.
So I have to restart the whole thing over and over again. Hell, in preparation for the release of 3, I purposefully bought the complete edition for PlayStation 4 and Platinum KH2 solely for that. And then I get 3 and I beat it in 20 hours. And I'm sitting in my chair in my dorm, and my roommates look at me like, you just beat the game? And I have the most puzzled look on my face, like, is that really it? Did I really just finish it that quickly? No, there's got to be more to it.
The problem? The princess levels.
No, not even that. That is one big problem with it. The big problem with KH3 was that it felt like everything had no purpose until you got through all the worlds, and then it's just like a giant ass boss rush in a labyrinth And that leads to one of the most anticlimactic boss fights in quite possibly the history of gaming. It hurt when I finished it. Like I don't know if you've ever had this feeling of like you put so much in and then you're left feeling unsatisfied at the end. And that was the feeling by beating that game. And I don't know what the rest of the series is gonna be, but like I gave up on the series, honestly.
I stopped after I finished the last of the two sets, so past Big Hero 6, because I was going back to get all the stuff so I can 100% it and get the ultimate weapon. So I haven't beaten it yet. I haven't gotten back to it. But I have a friend who is constantly asking, "Hey, did you beat it yet?" And I'm like, "No, I gotta focus on college stuff, man." And it's like, well, I hope you're ready for it. And I'm like, so many people's disappointment. So
You will be disappointed. I can almost guarantee that.
since we're getting close to like a halfway point, I do want to announce I'm finally going to start uploading some comics next month
Woohoo!
or this month
Nice.
actually. Yeah,
So
because
Congratulations.
proud.
I'm finally finishing up some old sketch comics of a Pokemon fan comic called Pokemon Azure. And it's cool because I'm going to show the world that it's not such a bad idea Pokemon trainers to actually fight with their Pokemon. And I'm going to show you plenty of story development thingies and some yada yada pseudo Pokemon science that would perfectly make it fine. And then no one can complain that the trainers aren't going to put the freaking effort in to training their goddamn Pokemon. You think I won't fight alongside them? You think I won't? I love my Jolteon, man.
You okay there? You okay there?
A little passionate there, aren't you?
Yeah,
Just a tad.
I don't want to just have my Jolteon step in to get beat up. I want to hug it, and then I want to beat up the person who's trying to beat up. But it's Pokemon, so we have rules. So, I'm going to be a pansy like Red in Death Battle. I'd rather go the Digimon route and bust your kneecaps.
I'm kind of with Roy on that one.
Wow. Take it easy there. Family friendly show. Just
No. I said in the beginning, we don't have to censor ourselves as much.
Oh no, I meant the Pokemon, not this.
Okay, well, yeah.
Just picturing your character like yelling at the other one and just killing them. It's like, okay. We gotta interrupt this program for a little bit.
Well, no, I should say, Pokemon Azure still gonna be okay for kids. At best, we get a G rating if it was a show. Well, actually, I might take some tips from the Pokemon manga and make it a little bit bloody. The manga
There we
is a
go.
lot darker, if no one's heard of this yet,
Ooh.
than the games and the animes.
Oh, I believe it.
Because I think everyone's seen that picture of a Poliwrath getting impaled by a Furo.
Oof.
Wait. Hold the fuck up. What?
That's sad.
The Pokemon manga, really early Pokemon manga scene of a Poliwhirl getting the little swirl right in the middle. Furo goes pecking right through it. It's fine afterwards, but
It's fine.
it's got the blood splatter and everything.
Does this
Dang.
Poliwrath just like treat it like a flesh wound or something?
Kinda.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry if we're making a bit of a racket. I got passionate there.
Just a bit.
Yeah, fair. But I do have other comics I'm working on. I'm
So proud.
also going to be working on. I'm still working on working superhero comic stories, but Tag, for example, like I can give you a superhero name. For a while, it was like Tag and the Wreckers. But I think it's gonna be cool because it's gonna be in kind of like a very much focused on like for reference. I'm not ripping off stuff. I'm gonna have completely original story and characters, but for comic going reference because nothing's people take inspiration from. It's gonna
Even without knowing, it's like
Yeah.
inspiration. Yep. What?
but like it's kind of like really enforcing the aftermath of the first Marvel Civil War. So, how young superheroes would deal with.
Okay. Interesting.
Kind of a cool thing is that this is going to be a universe where people start getting superpowers about like 1980s or so. I haven't really decided on a date, but like somewhere where it's like comic books were the comic books we know of were still existing by then and going into a certain transfer, and then then we started getting real superheroes. So it also explores like taking notes from those comics, but also having to adapt to a world where if that's real life, it's weird to write about it. But I think there's other side things. But it comes with like some of that meta humor and like because it's young superheroes have heroes they idolize, but now because you're gonna have your rebels. Now they're sitting there like they got a whole book of comics and stuff and memorabilia and everything, and they're going through it for like notes on what to watch out for and everything. Tag's gonna have a whole rule book of in the event of a parallel universe, so to speak. And in the event you time traveled, smack yourself first. That's gonna be on the cover.
Oh, so proud. It inspires me to try to work more on my own stories.
See, I'm jealous because quantity wise, you've been doing a lot more art than me.
I'm trying. I figured, I was practicing a little bit here and there, and now I'm like, maybe I should practice a tiny bit more. I want my art to look maybe so I can get. I'm trying to sketch more often. It's working out, I'd say. Using my manga books, how to draw and all that.
I saw you did a commission too.
Yes. Came out so good. So proud.
Proud of you.
And she liked it too, and I was like, oh, I got a nice whopping $40. So
next week I'm gonna reopen commissions.
Do it. I don't know when I'll open mine.
The first round of having open commissions didn't go too well for me, but that's because I didn't really advertise it. So now here we go. Trouble-prone commissions. You want something drawn by me? I can draw you something. I can draw you a lot of things. You want a duck with the shotgun? I can draw you a duck with a shotgun. You want
Oh my god, can you?
Probably can.
Wait, can you?
I can draw you really cool backgrounds. You want to feel like you're having a psychedelic trip, but you don't want to take the drugs to do it, like a good boy like you are, good Christian boy. I can draw you a psychedelic trip.
But can you draw me a dog with a shotgun?
During a psychedelic trip. All in one. In one.
It'd be fun to try. I got fair prices too. I do buy like a $5 system and such. So it's like $5 for line arts at the lowest.
Yeah, fair. His art's really good. Get stuff. He drew my character. She came out so beautiful.
He drew mine too. It's awesome.
So magical. Makes me want to draw her more.
I've drawn 2 of your characters now. I also participated. I still want to do my thing where like you remember the 6 arts. I did my first one,
Yeah, I remember that.
all the characters that were like heavy on red. And I still want to do the blues and the greens, but I haven't gotten around to that because I never finished the list.
I wanted to do that again too, and then I got lazy, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna do other stuff.
Well, let's start the wave again. Let's get to it.
Because I was like, I'm like, I should pick characters this time, and I'm gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so cool. Then it's just like, nah, I'm gonna do other stuff.
I'm trying to finish my book, trying to write a story. I can't even seem to get out of a writer's block.
I want to write my story. I want to write the story and get the ideas down and everything, but I need a middle. I need to think of my middle.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Oh god, the middle is always the hardest.
Yeah, that's what I'm having problems with. I have my beginning and my end, but I don't have my middle.
I have the ending all laid out. It's gonna be great.
I always have bits and pieces of the middle because I think of like really cool fight scenes and really dramatic everything, but I don't.
Yeah, see, you can vision it, and you're like, oh, yes, and then you're like, well, what's gonna happen afterwards? Somehow it leads up to this. I don't know how, but it will lead up to this one way or another. Yes.
It's like this has to happen, but why?
I somewhat understand what all of you are saying because, like, I'm in the middle of writing a biography on 3 bands from England, and I am going through that writer's block phase of like, how am I supposed to write what the hell they're talking about? Like, I understand like the albums and the releases and shit, but like, I have no idea how to like actually figure out what to say.
Like,
and that's been fucking fun. Not to mention, I still have to get in touch with these people.
Like, oops, my bad.
Like, literally, I'm only outlining what's been going on, like studio releases and interviews and shit.
Yeah.
and I'm almost done. I've gone from like 1986 all the way up to 2019
Wow.
so far.
That's pretty
So,
neat.
Can I geek? I mean,
Yeah.
it's my show. I should be allowed to do this, but can I geek out real quick?
No.
Go ahead.
No, you can't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, you actually have to leave and come back in to go.
Go ahead.
He muted himself.
Yeah, go ahead.
The sad thing is, Blaze is the only one who heard me fake crying.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
like all quiet in reality. Off screen. There's no need to be. It's my show.
Poor guy. He's crying again.
Yeah, but you know, Tony Hawk Underground is getting two remakes.
2.
Yeah, they're redoing Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2. And
Oh, I thought it was like,
my boy Zebrahead made it into the
So
album.
passionate.
Yes, mother Zebrahead. All my friends are nobodies is going to be in it, and I love that song. I mean, I love all their songs, but yes, I'm so happy. And I love skateboarding games too, so it makes me even more happy. I really hope I didn't spike them. Sorry, Chibi.
They're just like, why? What was that? It's okay. It's okay to have a fanboy moment. Always fun. Always fun.
Yeah. I would love to do. I got that new Jackbox game, the one where you make the characters they challenge each other for like who would be the best coffee grinder.
oh, is that the one on the spaceship?
No, this is like a battle arena. That is a interesting one though. That's the one that has like someone's an alien and you gotta figure out who with a bunch of puzzles.
Yeah, I've played that once before. It's actually really fun.
See, I always want to do all the drawing games. I don't have enough friends who like to draw.
Oh.
Rip.
I'm the kind of person who's like, but inspirational moment. Never, if you put in the work, never say you're not an artist. Even if you just draw a stick figure and draw another stick figure, you are an artist now, okay? Take that somewhere. Keep at it. It's a matter of progression. It's a matter of execution. It's a matter of putting in the work, and it will always be wonderful.
Inspirational words.
What if we don't want to put in the work?
Unless you're just drawing a dick on a locker. In that case, yourself.
But that's still an art.
Hey, that's a point.
Look, I have my right
You
to
said a stick
say
figure's
my-
art. A dick on a locker has to be art too.
But I have a very, I mean, I don't condone it, but I have a big love of graffiti, and I feel like that just completely undermines all the beautiful graffiti in the world. So I have a stigma against it. I admit it. I have a bias.
Oh no.
Okay. As long as you admit it.
Sorry, I have a bad habit of going on tangents.
Just a bit.
It's okay. It helps me not talk.
Honestly, I feel like everyone kind of has like their own tangents that they just go on at some point.
Yeah.
Like you get them on the right subject, and boom, they're already taken off.
Let me tell you some things. It's like, oh boy.
I mean, that's basically what geeks are.
No, back in my day.
That's like this whole channel basically. Hold up there. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
That's the fun of the niche. We're supposed to geek out.
Pretty much shows how passionate you are about some subjects and some other subjects that you're not. And you're just a very passionate person is all. Because you go on tangents about a lot of things.
You know what? Since I'm gonna be starting to get more social and everything, I'm gonna start reminding myself to say, if you got something you want to geek out about on the topic,
Tapas.
He totally said Pablo.
then go ahead and leave something in the comments about something you want to have geeked out about. I don't know if I'm gonna take requests. I'm just, make YouTube into a chat room.
Kappas is a good book thing too. I have a whole bunch of books on there that I'm reading right now too. Like Goddess is Born and The Emperor's Daughter is one of them that I recently found.
So something a little more community service I've been organizing. I still need to put in a little bit more work into it, and then I'm waiting for COVID to actually be at a safe But I'm planning on going around, getting my camera, and doing some video advertising for some local small town stores and stuff. People who had no other choice but to lose profits during this trying times.
Mhm.
And it's one of the biggest things that's like hard for small town stores and everything is getting the advertising because they're usually specific residential areas and the stigma with going there. I want to help them get out there and or anyone wondering like what's your alternative angle? There's always an angle. Yeah, I want to get some work experience on making commercials and stuff and other artistic things, especially with video. But as far as selfishness goes, that's like very minor. I'm doing this free of charge. I just need consent. And the Buchanan Center in Monmouth actually wants me to get a paragraph done on the whole project so they can help me get the word out. But I still need to make
Oh.
that paragraph because I'm like,
Oh.
how do I do this? And I'm planning on doing it still in a mask though, even if COVID's done by the time I get around to it. Please normalize mask post-COVID because the stigma against them is so unbelievably stupid.
They feel uncomfortable on my face.
Okay, it's a minor discomfort though, and
I feel cool with them.
thank you. I'm glad someone else feels cool.
I don't know why. I'm just like, nice.
Not for me. A minor discomfort can become a serious problem for me because I get super annoyed, and over a course of a time, it becomes a serious problem for any type of discomfort. That's why I try to be as comfortable as possible.
I mean, just pretend you're Kakashi Sensei.
Yeah, even thinking of being Kakashi Sensei with that mask irritates me.
Okay, look, I try. You should still wear it, and I'm gonna keep. Personally, I still liked masks prior to this, but literally everyone in this whole group is very much interested in Japan. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah,
Very much.
definitely.
3 of us I know for sure have actually been there because we met there.
My dream.
And not just Japan, but like there's other countries where the climate requires you to wear some kind of facial covering, like deserts and stuff. There's plenty of people who already had to live with this prior. It's not hurting you. It's a cloth or just some mesh fabric or something. There's no way it's going to do anything to you that would be irreparable damage.
Life-threatening. No life-threatening, no nothing. I actually bought a mask from Imagine Dragons because I'm like, you know what? I need another mask, and I will pay for it.
I got a whole collection of masks.
It's so cool. And it's so cool, and I love it so much.
Along with the whole collection of goggles.
I think a lot of people just don't want to wear masks because they don't want to be told what to do.
Oh, yeah, that's the biggest part of it, and that pisses me off. I'm like, oh, okay. It's still dumb.
One of the hardest things I find doing in life is having a positive attitude. Like, I grew up in high school a very heavy nihilist, and I'm trying not to be that guy, but it's my first thought is always, everyone is terrible, everyone sucks, everyone's just kind of writing a check to get out of here in the worst way possible, not going to care about. But, shout out to everyone out there who's toughing it out, who's keeping themselves safe and healthy, providing for the families where they can, doing what they can, finding a side hustle to get by, all that stuff. Human potential is limitless. Now, granted, that statement, that can mean good or bad. Just trying to make it good, man. Trying to make it good.
Yeah, I'd rather it be good. I think humans are innately good, but
Well, I think we're innately evil, but we can learn not to be.
the universe or their surroundings kind of make them bad, depending on their surroundings.
We're getting a little too existential.
This podcast is going all over the place.
Where is this conversation?
Nowhere.
I keep feeling a moral obligation to give speeches to rally the people.
I'm trying to find something that I would be informed about, but I can't think of anything. I mean, I'm writing a book. There's a game thing, but then there was the other thing, but there's not a whole lot that I know of or am really knowledgeable about to even talk about. I apologize, I'm so quiet.
That's me.
Just talk about activities we've been doing. I've been it's another season of my dad not telling anyone that the niece and nephew are popping by.
Yeah.
So I've been playing games with them. My nephew's kind of a little brat, but I love him. He'll grow out of it. Hopefully, if he doesn't, he better expect me to throw him when he's big enough.
How old is big enough?
Well, big enough to like not be hurt if I toss him aside and say you're done with the games. But realistically, I've watched him jump down half a flight of stairs, roll, and just get back up onto hardwood. So that kid's indestructible.
So it could be soon. Is that what you mean?
Do not condone child abuse. I'll leave it at that. I caved and bought Go Vacation for the Switch because my niece loves it, and I don't have a whole lot of kids games because I don't buy a whole lot of kids games for my home. Everything's got blood or anime titty.
Oddly enough, I enjoy kids games more than adult games. Am I just weird?
Yeah.
I think you're just not looking at some things. I need to show you Code Vein.
Code Vein?
Code Vein. It's anime Dark Souls.
Are you sure I would like that?
I think you would have fun with it, but more so I'd have fun watching you get angry with it.
Oh, okay. So it's more for your benefit than mine. Okay.
But there's hot guys.
Oh, that makes.
Well, there's hot
all
guys in it.
Interest is immediately peaked.
Hold up.
Lots of anime titty.
Not really. I was being sarcastic.
You can carry a chunk of street to hit things with.
Hey.
So can you do in Grand Theft Auto? I wasn't really too keen on that either.
When could you carry a whole freaking cinder block taken out of the street in Grand Theft Auto? Where was that weapon?
Okay, so in Grand Theft Auto, you can carry random shit, right?
Yes.
Not the street.
Yeah, off the street.
No, not the. I'm talking about actual street. Like if like Hulk it out, rip it off and make a bat out of it.
Isn't that pretty much the same as Grand Theft Auto, but in a grander scale?
No,
Grander Theft Auto?
stop helping her.
Look, I just don't think I would be into it. If so, I'll try it. I won't say I won't, but I'll just say now that I'll probably not like it.
I just want you to try it because it's very much the essence of Chunibyo.
You see, I don't even know what that is.
I've told you like 5 times in this past year alone.
Really? Wow, I'm terrible. Oh, I feel like an awful person now.
Gosh, you heard nothing. Go to sleep, crazy lady.
Okay, I'm not just sitting here listening.
You're on a TV screen. It ain't gonna do anything.
I don't care. I never get good sleep.
Lately, I haven't because the heat. I can't sleep in the heat, and I got like the AC on. I got AC in the window. I got the fan on. I got another fan on.
I just have one fan.
I'm still sweating, and my little dog, my tiny rat thing of a dog, Chihuahua thing, keeps getting right under that spot on my leg that I keep like that little dip between the knee. So like, it's always like really warm, and I'm like,
Aw.
can you not try to cuddle me just one goddamn night? I want to sleep. And also stop getting up every time I go to the bathroom because you keep stepping on my crotch when you do that.
It will, and he'll keep
I'll live.
cuddling.
I think I gotta take him to the vet. He's got a little. It doesn't seem to be hurting him, but it's there. And also, he had an allergic reaction to something, so he bit off like a.
That's not good.
The spot's still there, but it's growing back. So I think he's. Anyone else got any big plans going on?
Work, sleep, work, eat.
The American dream.
Yeah.
Same thing everyone's been thinking of doing for like the last 4 or 5 months.
Try to take over the world.
Calm down, Pinky.
Pinky.
No, that's the brain.
Calm down, brain. What are we doing today? Same thing we do every day.
Shit, I can't believe I messed that one up.
Keep up with the times.
The brain's the one that wants to take over the world. Pinky's just his henchman.
You know, since we brought up COVID and we just brought up Pinky and the Brain, What do you think would be the hardest cartoon character to get a mask on? Not like in the sense of they don't want it, but just like physically putting it on that character. Who do you think would have the hardest time doing that?
Mr. Krabs. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my head.
First thing that popped into my mind is Patrick.
I would think swordfish animated, but there's none that really are animated swordfish wise.
That'd be funny. I
Is there-
really want to see a swordfish with a mask.
Like if we're talking like putting it on the costume, I think Goofy has a hell of a time.
Isn't that just called a muzzle then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that would actually piss him off. I'm trying to think of a term that's like the crap out
I
of it.
don't think there's one.
Goofy's gonna punch you through the roofie is the only thing I can come up with, but roofie, so I don't want to say it. And yes, I know the irony of.
As long as you know.
I don't know what I want to do next. Oh, I start school and like, wow, that came fast. Oof.
I'm still waiting for like another couple of months before I go back to working on it, but I still gotta. I may be teaching your class today.
Is that how you can introduce yourself?
If I did and someone actually knew the video and such, I'd be flattered, and two, I'd be like, God, can you just kill me now?
Oh my gosh.
I'd be a substitute too. What are the freaking odds that I have to sub in for the one school? The one school with that kid that just freaking new YouTube videos because they like supporting new people, and I just happen to be that idiot.
They're like, oh, I know your YouTube channel.
How come you only have 2 videos? Well, I was supposed to have 3, but I got tired and didn't finish making the second one, and so you can get the sound. I still never got around to finishing all those Sonic boards. Sad about, but
Aw.
you know, I got them for another day if we ever want to revisit. I also want to make a fan comic. To be clear, I'm not just gonna do all fan comics. Tag and etc. are gonna be like on Webtoon and for cheap prices, so I can make money on it.
I always wondered if I should make a web. I always wondered if I should make a webtoon or not. Probably not. Too lazy.
I've been trying to get used to drawing in the size that they require for that.
Yeah, I don't even have my concept fully down, so that'll happen 7 years from now. Probably not.
What I'm going to do is I'm gonna do just some like world building mini comics, so to speak. Stuff that like I have fleshed out a little bit of to like get a tone down. Stuff that would be like if you were watching a show, this would be like clips you've never seen before. Except they're coming first.
Whoa.
Neat.
So proud. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, Phantom, what'd you think of the Rick and Morty season finale? Now that I think about it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
my God! It was. Oh my God! So much plot, and yet there's just so much still to decipher out of it. Like, I was so happy when they actually did something with the season 3 ending and brought it back. And then the second Tammy got shot, I was like, thank you. God, why did that not happen sooner?
yeah, that was satisfying.
For a person not deserve that shit. So I was very happy with it. I do admit maybe a little empty because I guess I expected more, but then again, they have 70 episodes to go and they're doing like 5 and then a break and then 5 again and 10 is a season. So I know that season 5 is already in the works. I'm just hoping that the stuff in season 5 will have some carryover from season 4. So I mean, I'm happy with it. I just want it to carry that momentum.
Yes, I did get to the end of it, and I was right there. I was in the exact same.
Yeah.
Okay, so also speaking of Adult Swim things, just because it's a good, comparison. Have you seen the pilot for Smiling Friends?
No, I have not.
First off, you should check it out because it's really cool, and it's made by Zach Heidel, I think is how you pronounce it. I always forget. He's a dude that does a lot of screens and looks like a gremlin.
What?
We're getting down that whole road of like, do you know this person? Well, he's from this thing and this thing and this thing. So I'm not going to go too far in it. But they're like a long time from back from when Newgrounds was first starting, and they got a pilot for Adult Swim called Smiling Friends now, and I'm really hoping it gets picked up for a full season. But at the end of it, the one of the main characters is just like they have like this whole existential crisis because this super depressed guy like throughout this whole thing of like is life just having all these little happy things and then dying? I mean, why not just end it? And so he just kind of sits there like,
I can't say I've ever heard of that, to be honest. Honestly, the whole
I watched it. It's not. I liked it, but then it also kind of scared me.
okay. I was
So,
gonna say, babe, let me have this. I really want it to kick off.
okay.
Don't downplay it. Don't mind me. I'm being
Yeah, you kind of are.
as part of the joke. Go on.
No, I pretty much just said my piece already. I mean, I liked it, but it scared me. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say about it.
You know what I honestly just remembered about?
What?
Does anyone else remember Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
Yeah?
You know, I still have never watched that.
So, okay. One, go and watch that. That shit will mess you up a little bit. Number one. Number two.
I've had enough messing up for a while, but maybe another.
Lucky you.
I've never heard of it.
num-
I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't
Look,
ready.
man, I've also been watching Doom Patrol. I watched a baby get shoved back into a guy.
Oh my.
Okay, I mean like shoved. Okay, I've seen enough messed up shit.
Now, here's the kicker.
What?
Supposedly, they're turning that into a full-fledged series of some kind. And
I'm not ready for that.
I think, I want to say it was maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, the people that run the channel just started production or just finalized the contract and are starting production sometime soon.
I'm shook.
Don't greenlight me. I'm scared.
Congrats for them, but I'm not ready for that. Please don't.
I cannot wait for that to come back. It's messed up, but it's like
In the best way.
there's enough there that you have to kind of check it.
Yeah, maybe.
It calls you back for more. When you watch like one of them, you're like, what? Huh? It just leaves you confused.
If something scares Remy, I'm definitely not going to be watching.
I didn't say it scares me. I just never really drew into it.
I doubt it'll scare you.
It's not scary, it's more unsettling.
It makes you like unease, not like terrified, but more like I don't feel good.
Yeah.
That's how I felt afterwards. I felt like not queasy, but just uncomfortable. That's the word.
And I'm just saying, if you know Doom Patrol, if
I'm
you've
weak.
seen enough scenes, because I think I showed most of the people in this chat the Flex Mentallo scene in the middle of Danny the Street,
I got nothing.
the orgasm scene.
No. We're like, no.
Okay.
Oh, I think I saw a trailer about that. That was about it.
Anyways, it's only gotten weirder in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
I've seen plenty of disturbing stuff.
And then you're ready for it. You'll be like, oh, okay, walk in the park. That's fine.
Also agreed. Free advertising, by the way. None of this is sponsored. The niche is completely a non-profit thing. My YouTube channel, I don't know yet. I don't really plan on making the most money off. Most of it's gonna come from
Fan glowing at my sketch.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Of what now?
Salad fingers.
No, I didn't hear that. No. Classic YouTube with their weird content. It's like, oh, okay. Like Charlie the Unicorn. I remember that. That was weird. Classic.
I miss stuff like Super Nintendo. So if we're talking about old Newgrounds, like those artist compilation joke things. Actually, you know what? By this point, I know about it. It got very mature.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that G rating, man.
Or even that P rating. Tone it down, man.
Yeah, we're going for TV 14 right now. Again, I don't plan on making consistent money. If they cancel my ad revenue, tough titty.
Well, that depends who breaks first. Me or the
I
city.
don't even have it yet. You can't take what I don't have. As
Cries inside.
far as I know, I don't have. If you guys can spread my videos and, people who are willing to subscribe, I need more subscribers so I can make a custom URL. Please subscribe so I can hit my goal of, being able to put it on a business card. I'm going to make more stuff, I promise. I'm going to start doing... Oh, yeah, that was another idea I was going to have. I'm going to, once I get a schedule down, I'm going to start doing Weapon Wednesdays where I draw weapon designs and talk about it. And they're going to be really cool. And I might draw some
Yeah.
characters to go with the weapons. And, and these aren't like really high detailed schematics, so don't try making them at home.
Well, shit, there goes that.
And even if you did, most of them are going to be melee weapons. You still have to learn how to use them properly. So I want to do it because I've always had a huge fascination with like weapons and their relation to a character when they're drawn. Because like one of the simplest ones is the backwards sword in Roni Kenshin. Like the fact.
Oh, I love that sword. I kind of want that sword, but I also like Ronin Kenshin so much. Oh my god, it's like the best swords show I've ever
I
seen.
mean, when you see it, it's one of those things they don't really even have to address. You know, something's up with it because it looks backward, and that's like a very minor detail. But I always love aspects of creating a weapon for characters and how much they relate to the character's personality, their training. And also because I'll draw weapons, I'll spend days making sure a weapon, even if it's just something like my headphone laser gauntlet shields, like those I meticulously worked on the details of and making sure that like not like the idea of them is to be super portable and ready for action at any time. So you hang them around the neck as headphones and everything, or actually use them as headphones. But then when battle starts, they have like they detach from the head strap and they got a little handle that also counts for like adjusting the tilt and it can go all the way around to be held. I worked really hard to make it.
Can't design weapons.
I can't design anything for shit.
Commission me.
Commissioned me. Oh. Coincidence.
Me Pensa is you Sue Pensa. I hope I didn't just say like a cuss word
Stop.
without realizing it.
You probably did.
What is pencil in Spanish? I've only taken it.
Lapis? Is that lapis?
Floppy?
Mi lápiz es su lápiz.
There we go. Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I do want to say I did miss hanging out with
I
everyone.
know, at some point it gets to you.
Likewise.
So Phantom and Maxy, eventually I do still want to like meet up and hang out and everything. I'm trying to plan a trip to Chicago. I've been trying to do that for months now. Because I also do still need to see my family. I got a lot of family in Chicago too, and I know a bit of a mess. Yeah, they're not like directly in Chicago, but like they're pretty close to the city. So I also want to visit them, make sure everything's going all right. I know they've been having a couple of problems themselves. I check up, and I also that's also a good excuse for me to come because most people in the area, it's a fairly accessible location to meet up with people that I know comfortably. Like just in majority of people, because I know Phantom is up in New York, but
Oh no, I'm not in New York anymore.
oh yeah, right.
Where in Maryland are you?
I moved here about a month ago.
Well, still pretty far away, but like
Yeah,
you have better access to transportation than most of us.
to an extent. I can tell you this. The job does have me traveling quite a lot. Granted, not during COVID, obviously, but I'm supposed to travel quite a lot. I don't know if Chicago's up there as like a list of places I'm supposed to go, but I can put in leave to go and visit. I'd have to figure out when I'm supposed to go wherever they tell me. But at this point, it's kind of all up in the air. So.
And I would kind of like to meet you guys too, just because I like meeting new people.
Honestly, same. I have not been out to Chicago either. So I would love to go and visit not only you guys, but see Chicago itself.
Yeah, so much to see, so much to do. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, me too.
I will get us all a little tub of pinkest pink, and we'll go to the Bing. We'll go to the bean. Tag it.
Bean.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's an inside art thing.
Ah.
It's a huge middle finger to a certain person.
Certain.
Okay.
Yep.
We are getting close to a good time to stop.
Once again, COVID-19.
The ending conclusion. Hell to you.
Well, I don't think it's going to be completely obliterated, but I think we had the technology to at least make it like a minor inconvenience, like the common, if anything.
Or the flu, you know?
The biggest issue from the way I see it and from what I've read, it's just like masses of hospitals being just filled up. No one who would be a medical expert has time to really study the virus on top of helping people, not die from, everyone working to get us all to a safe point. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you to all the nurses, doctors, and ambulances.
Ambulances
and essential workers who are still out there getting their butts kicked.
Yeah.
Kudos to anyone who's actually out there doing, something. Ugh. I salute you.
Anyone who had to or decided to be in the same position as me, where you're working from home on your own things, your own side, little I've gotten so used to people calling
passion project.
Yeah, passion project. I'm so used to people just saying hustle. Of everything. I think we've hit our quota pretty well.
Yeah.
It's been awesome having everyone here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Future niches are going to eventually start streamlining to current events and better focused topics and everything. And I'm gonna start actually scripting out what I need to say, at least to an extent, because it should be improvised. And it's gonna get a lot more tasteful. Right now, it's just a simple podcast on for this hangout. Hopefully people are entertained by it, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And I hope it gets more and more entertaining as we go. Support the channel. I also have plenty of links down below on art websites and everyone who wanted to give me info on things that they want people to follow and everything. Look down in the description.
Well, all right then. And that's all, folks. Good night, everybody.
Hope you all enjoyed the news. See you again next time.